All right, we have a request coming in off of the Patreon page right now, and the question is about Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, Bitcoin, and other like digital currencies. And the question is Bitcoin or other digital currencies going to become the main source of currency anytime soon? So let's see what we get. So right away we get a page of swords and the reversed strength card. Now, initially when I look at the page of swords is basically a card of kind of finding what you look for. And the first thing that says to me is that it might become the main source of currency for people who essentially choose to use it, right? And then we have the strength card reversed. I am going to look at either side of this to see if we can get more on there. Wow, that's interesting because we have the page over here and then the king on the other side. But the reverse three of swords is showing basically heartbreak and betrayal. And the reverse strength card is when you kind of set yourself a goal, but it's like biting off more than you can chew. So looking at this, I would say that probably not. That probably the digital currencies wouldn't become the main source of currency at least anytime soon, because this kind of looks like they are set up to fail or something like that. And then the King of Swords over here. Now, if the new digital currencies are the page and that's the child, over here we have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, this would be, the currency that has been used, and it looks like the King of Swords is basically ordering the stuff that happens over here. So this makes sense to me in just that there is more of the traditional currency or whatever, and it's like at some point it looks like the father here kind of orders the failure of the child. Now, because it is a page of swords, I am saying that it probably would be the main use of currency for certain people, but not for the world in general. Now, I'm going to see if I can find out more about what's happening here, because this looks like an impending crash. But honestly, whether there's a crash or not, that wouldn't really dictate whether or not it's used as a main source of currency, right? The value of the coin doesn't really tell whether or not people are using it. In fact, if it were worth less than it is, it would probably be easier to use. Maybe. Actually, I don't know that. But let, let's just see what we got in this possible impending doom when it comes to Bitcoin and the digital currencies. So, if there is an impending doom, it wouldn't be eternal. So, we have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is basically not giving up hope. So, we have this figure here, and it's trapped in this maze, and it's trying to figure out whether it's worth it to keep trying to get out of the maze. But it's really about hope, how much hope you have that the future can be different than the past. And over here, this Five of Cups, it's some sort of dynamic where like communication is broken down. That's interesting in itself, a communication breakdown. Um, this, I mean, this might be just not having the communication network for it to be possible for everyone. to be able to use Bitcoin or like another crypto or digital currency. But that wouldn't be eternal because this is like, don't give up hope. But that makes sense to me that it's just like the communication networks or whatever that are maybe not up to par. Um, and just for like long term, and we're not talking about any time in the near future for this card. This is like long term, and we do have two that want to come out. So we get the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is being appreciated for her unique beauty. So this would show long term the unique qualities of Bitcoin would be appreciated. And I mean, considering that it's at like 60,000 or whatever it's at now, um, I would say that they're being appreciated, but it's more like an investment, and it's not necessarily because of the specific ways in which Bitcoin is unique. And the lovers here is showing like commitment. So eventually, it looks like there would be more of a commitment toward Bitcoin, and maybe it's the public ledger aspect of it or whatever, but the ways in which it is unique, but not anytime soon. So I guess let's see if we can just find a timeline on this. And we get this Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a collaboration. And maybe this is more like when all of these different organizations or governments maybe start working together on it or with it. That is when we would actually see that sort of shift, but not until the world governments or the world banks or whatever, not until we have this massive collaboration based around it would we see that happen. And I mean, just because it's a three, I would put that at absolute minimum 3 years. But I think the real thing that it's showing is this great sort of collaboration. So if you start to see that, then maybe that's when this timeline comes into play. Um, and if you don't see it, then it's probably not on the horizon. So that is what we have here. And let me know what you think about this. And peace.